Good morning. This is Mrs. Miller from the counseling office. Today we're going to spend some time talking with you about your schedules for next year. Just as a reminder, there are 4 counselors in the counseling office. Myself, Mrs. Miller, for students whose last names begin with the letters A through E. Mrs. Grimaldo, for students whose last names begin with the letters F to K. Mrs. Hunt, for students whose last names begin with the letters L through Q. And finally, Mr. Anselmino, for students whose last names begin with the letters R through Z. What you have up in front of you now is an example of the course selection sheet. I'm asking at this time, if you haven't done so already, would all homeroom teachers please make sure students have the course selection sheets and that they have them out and a pencil ready to go. Now I'm going to discuss with you some general scheduling information. One thing I want you to remember is that you need to consult the course description book online. The online course description book is under the academic section on the high school webpage. We will not be distributing hard copies of the course description book. Second thing I want you to remember is about prerequisites. A prerequisite is a preliminary course, grade, or even proficiency on the Keystone exam that must be obtained prior to advancing to the next course. Course selections are also subject to a change based on review of your required prerequisites at the end of the 3rd quarter. So each of your counselors will take a look at the courses that you've chosen to make sure that you meet the prerequisites, and we'll do this once the 3rd quarter is ended. All students must register for a minimum of 7 credits. If you would like to have a study hall, 7 credits will still allow you to have a study hall. All students must register for 5 alternate electives. These are on the bottom right-hand corner of your course selection sheet. We need to have you fill in each of those alternate electives because it's not always possible to give you your first choice electives. And at the bottom of this slide is just an example of a prerequisite. So for example, for CP Chemistry, you need to have a 72% or above in Algebra 1 or an 82% above in Algebra 1 Fundamentals. There are a variety of prerequisites for different courses. Please make sure that you pay attention to those as we're going through this scheduling process. Now I'm going to spend some time talking with you about the types of courses. First up are the college prep courses. In order to go from one college prep course to the next, you need to just make sure that you complete the course successfully at the end of each year. If you decide that you want to move into the honors track, you must maintain an 89% or better in order to move into the honors track. With the honors courses, they are required more work from you. They require more reading and more writing, more analytical work, and they also require some more motivation on your part. In order to stay in an honors course, you need to earn an 82% or better. And as I mentioned earlier, if you're moving from a CP to an honors course, you need to have an 89% or better. And finally are our AP courses. These courses are college work in high school. They require the most intensive amount of work, and they require an extreme amount of motivation on your part. The nice thing about the AP courses is that if you decide to take the exam at the end of the year, you could potentially earn college credit for your life after high school. The criteria for advancement into these courses is a little bit different than the other courses. We look at things like your weighted cumulative GPA, your grade from the prerequisite honors course, which needs to be an 89% or better, and in some cases we also look at your Keystone exam score and proficiency on a particular exam. Each of these areas gets weighted with a point value, and you must have 7 out of 8.5 points in order to qualify for an advanced placement class. If you are in an advanced placement class already, and you want to proceed to an advanced placement class in the same content area for the next year, you must maintain an 82% or better. So now we're going to go down the course description sheet, and we are going to look at your different courses. First, we're going to talk about English courses. For sophomores, you have 2 choices: college prep English and honors English. Remember that we talked about the difference between college prep and honors. For juniors, you have 3 choices: the college prep American Literature 11, the honors American Literature, or now we're adding in the AP courses, so you can take AP Language and Composition. Remember that one of the prerequisites for this AP English class is that you must score proficient on the Keystone exam. For seniors, you have a couple different choices. You have CP English 12, Honors English 12. If you're going to take the AP class at this level, you would be taking AP Literature and Composition. And again, Keystone Proficiency is required. And finally, there's Practical Career English. Practical Career English does meet the senior English level requirement, but it is for those students who have no intention of going to college after high school. Take a minute and decide on which English course you want to take and mark it off on your course selection sheet. Now we're going to spend some time talking about your math courses. Please pay particular attention because math can be sort of confusing as to what comes next after the current course that you're in. Algebra 1 Fundamentals is the first math course I wanted to talk about. This is typically for sophomores who have struggled along the way in CP Algebra 1, didn't pass, and need to get a level of math in there. So Algebra 1 Fundamentals would be for you. After Algebra 1, comes geometry. We have geometry fundamentals, which is typically for those students that are in the fundamentals track. So you may have taken Algebra 1 fundamentals already, or you may have taken Algebra 1 and not scored too well, maybe scored in the D range. So the geometry fundamentals would be for you. Then we have CP geometry and honors geometry. After geometry comes Algebra 2. We have the Algebra 2 fundamentals for those people that are in the fundamentals track, or for somebody that took CP geometry and scored again in the D range. We have CP Algebra 2 and Honors Algebra 2. Remember that in order to stay in the CP track, you must have a 72% or better, and to remain in the Honors track, you must have an 82% or better. To continue with math, one thing I want to remind you that all courses on this slide, you must score proficient on the Algebra 1 Keystone exam in order to be enrolled in any of these courses. Algebra 3 typically comes after Algebra 2 if you have a 72% or better in CP Algebra 2 or an 82% or better in Algebra 2 Fundamentals. After Algebra 3, or in some cases Algebra 2, you would take pre-calculus. In order to take pre-calculus, you need an 82% or better in CP Algebra 2 or a 72% or better in Algebra 3. Or honors pre-calculus. In order to go into honors pre-calculus, you must be in honors Algebra 2 and earn an 82% or better. After pre-calculus comes calculus, and we have a variety of levels in calculus. Both Business Calc and Honors Calc are college and high school courses. And what that means is that if you decide that you'd like to pay the extra fee, you can take that course and actually earn college credit while being in that course. And once enrolled in those courses, the teachers will talk to you more about the good things that could happen if you decide to take it as a college and high school course. In order to get into Business Calc, you need a 72% or better in pre-calculus. And for Honors Calculus, you need an 82% or better in Honors Pre-Calc. Finally, we have our AP Calculus courses. We have AP Calculus AB and BC, which are also college and high school courses. Typically, they proceed with somebody that has already been in Honors Pre-Calculus, but there are occasions where somebody that are in Business Calc or in Honors Calc will take the AP courses. That's really something that you would need to discuss with your math teacher. In order to get into one of the AP math classes, you do need to meet the AP criteria. And finally, my last reminder that all math courses have a summer assignment. This starts with Algebra 1 all the way through your AP Calculus. So please make sure that you're aware of what your assignment is for math this year. If not, you'll need to speak with your math teacher. And now, on to Mrs. Grimaldo.
Good morning, this is Mrs. Grimaldo with your science course options. Starting with sophomores, if you are taking CP Earth and Space Science this year, you will be scheduling biology next year. Please remember that all of you are taking a step up in your science studies next year since biology is a lab class. This means you will have double science periods every other day, and your studies will become more in-depth as you complete lengthier laboratory assignments and reports. CP Biology is for those of you who feel sufficiently challenged by CP Earth and Space Science. Honors Biology is for those of you who have earned an 89% average in Earth and Space Science and are looking to take on extra challenge, personal responsibility, and depth in your coursework. For those of you who have completed biology this year, you are looking at CP Chemistry or Honors Chemistry next year. Please consider the course prerequisite grades listed on the screen. Chemistry relies on algebra problem-solving skills as you learn concepts that are not tangible. For Honors Chemistry, strong algebra skills are a must. This course is appropriate for students who are thinking of pursuing a STEM field. For juniors and seniors, you have the same chemistry options just discussed, including AP Chemistry and Honors Organic Chemistry, courses in advanced chemistry study. Physics is typically the next course in the science sequence after chemistry. Please note the course prerequisites of the CP versus the Honors course. Again, Honors Physics is geared toward a higher level of critical thinking, problem solving, and personal responsibility using course resources. This course is appropriate for students who are thinking of pursuing a STEM field. An additional option for advanced college-level study is AP Biology. Students who are pursuing particular STEM fields may plan to take 2 science courses their junior and/or senior years. Please see your school counselor if you are considering this option. Finally, we have ChemCom, Conceptual Physics, and Comparative Life Science. These 3 science courses are not lab courses. Therefore, they meet only 1 period every day. Please note that these courses do include hands-on lab activities, but with less depth. These 3 courses do fulfill science graduation requirements, but are not appropriate options for students pursuing a STEM career. Seniors have a couple of options in addition to the courses presented on the last screen. AP Physics is offered as a college-level advanced study of this subject matter. Also, students may choose to take CP or Honors Anatomy and Physiology. Although they require the same level of a commitment as core courses, these courses count as elective courses towards graduation. Please note the differing prerequisites for these courses, and also that the Honors course is a lab course and thereby includes large dissections. This course, a college and high school course through Carlow University, is appropriate for those pursuing a medical or allied health profession. The CP option is not a lab course, although smaller lab activities and dissections are completed, and is appropriate for a student considering certain health fields such as nursing. If you haven't already, at this time, please make your science selection on your course sheet. Now let's take a look at social studies course options. Sophomores, you have a choice between CP World Cultures, Honors World Cultures, and AP European History. Starting next year, AP European History does count to fulfill one of your 4 required social studies courses for graduation. This course should only be considered by extremely motivated students who have maintained an A average in Honors American History and consistently achieve high standardized test scores. The student must also meet AP eligibility criteria and receive counselor and administrative approval. Juniors, your main options are CP or Honors U.S. Government, depending on your World Cultures grade this year and the level of challenge you want to take on in this content area. AP options available include European History, U.S. History, and AP Economics. Although AP Economics is available to juniors, it is recommended for seniors. You should speak with your social studies teacher and school counselor if you are interested in taking this course junior year. Seniors, your main options are CP, Honors, or AP Economics. You may take the previously mentioned AP courses as well. Problems of Democracy is a final option for seniors to fulfill the 4th social studies credit. It is not recommended for college-bound students. Just as in the sciences, students may consider taking 2 social studies classes in 1 year depending on interest, ability to meet prerequisites, and career interests. At this time, please indicate your social studies selection on your course sheet. Students must take a PE class every year. The 4 options listed fill the annual PE requirement. The standard grade level PE class, aerobic fitness and dance, and principles of weight training and fitness. Advanced physical education is designed to provide a more intense experience in strength and conditioning to students who have done well with an 82% average in their previous gym class. Both Health 1 and Health 2 are part of graduation requirements. For most of you freshmen, you did not take Health 1 this year. Therefore, you must schedule it for next year. If you did take it, then you will not need to take Health sophomore year. All juniors should schedule Health 2 unless, based on academic course load, it does not fit into your schedule. Please see your school counselor if you think this situation pertains to you. In such case, you would take Health 2 senior year. At this time, please indicate your choices for PE and Health if that applies to you. Here at the high school, we have multiple elective offerings in every content area. Please carefully consider your elective choices as a way to explore various career areas, prepare for post-secondary studies, and in light of the rest of your course load. We have just a few elective changes that I'd like to highlight for the 2016-2017 school year. Within the World Languages Department, Honors French 4 and Honors Latin 4 are going to continue to be offered as college and high school courses through the University of Pittsburgh. French 5 and Latin 5 are now going to also be honors level Pitt College and high school courses as well. There are no changes for AP Spanish and AP Japanese. These will continue to be AP courses as they have been in the past. Within the Social Studies Department, the former Constitutional Law course is now Trial Law. And the former American Controversy and American Foreign Policy courses have been combined into one newly named course, Public Policy and International Affairs. Finally, Stagecraft is available for students who have taken a high school level 1 music or art class. All of these new social studies and English electives are a semester long and open to 9th through 12th grade students. Next up is Mrs. Hunt with some final options for scheduling and considerations.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Hunt, and it's time for my part of the slideshow. The first slide you'll see is the technology course requirement. The technology course is no longer a requirement for students. All students are fulfilling this requirement automatically through Project ACE with our iPads. Our next slide is for juniors and seniors considering A.W. Beatty Career Center. There are many options available to you at A.W. Beatty. You will either attend Beatty in the morning for periods 1 through 4 or in the afternoon for periods 7 through 9. Most students will be scheduled for PM Beatty, periods 7 through 9. Seniors also have the consideration of doing a work release. If you are eligible, that means you have 19 credits earned by the end of your junior year, you have fulfilled your Keystone requirements, and you have afternoon transportation to get to your job. You will be dismissed after 6th period if you want to pursue work release, and you must maintain regular employment and regular school attendance. If you're interested in work release, please see your school counselor and submit any forms that are necessary by the end of your junior year. Our next slide is about our lab science schedule example. If you go down the list, you'll see if you're choosing to schedule a lab science, you will pick between 7 and 7.5 credits worth of classes. If you are scheduling a non-lab science, you will schedule between 7 and 8 credits. Our next slide deals with Beatty schedule examples. On the left is a schedule with Beatty in the afternoon. You will have all of your core and required courses before Beatty with a total of 8 credits. On the right, you'll have all of your core and required classes after Beatty with a total of 7 credits. As we get ready to prepare for computer lab scheduling, please make sure that you have fully completed your course selection worksheet. You need to schedule between 7 and 8 credits for a full day, and please mark at least 5 alternate electives. These course selection sheets are very important for us as we work over the summer to maintain the classes that you prefer to have. If they are blank or do not have enough alternate electives, it is very hard for us to get us courses that you would like to take. Please make sure you meet the prerequisites for each course in the course description book, which is online. And make sure to discuss your selections with your parents, guardians, teachers, and counselors. Here are some important dates for scheduling. March 1st through 3rd, the counselors will be available for question and answer during your lunch periods. March 8th will be our evening presentation for parents and guardians. Computer lab scheduling will happen the week after, with March 14th for juniors, March 15th for sophomores, March 16th for freshmen, and March 17th for scheduling makeups. Don't forget your course selection worksheet, and please remember to have it filled out completely. Now, we're going to turn our presentation over to a few seniors so you can hear about their choices and how they mapped out their future.
Hi, my name is Allison Lee, and next year I plan on pursuing pre-medical studies and majoring in biochemistry. Since freshman year, I knew I wanted to continue into a science career, so I took all the best science classes that I can, including biology, chemistry, anatomy, and even physics. So if you know that you want to continue into a science career, then I suggest taking all the best sciences available to you. If you don't, then still it's really good to expose yourself to all these sciences. And if you still don't know what you want to do, I'm sure there's a lot of electives that are available, such as organic chemistry or forensic sciences. So choosing classes is up to you, and choose what's best for you. Thank you.
My name is Cameron Bardsley, and after high school, I plan to join the plumbing union. It all hit me around like my sophomore year that college was not the route for me, and I decided that I was going to go to Beatty Tech, Beatty Career Center, and there I studied HVAC, and I'm on my second year right now, and I am now getting ready to, through Beatty and through Shaler, getting ready to move on to the next step, which would be the plumbing union. And a big thing here was the support of my guidance counselors and being able to talk to them. So with you guys that are upcoming and getting ready to schedule courses and everything like that, you need to ask the questions that you think that need to be answered, and go to your guidance counselors, talk to your teachers, because they'll help you, they'll point you in the right direction, whether it's college, whether it's the military, whether it's tech schools, or getting a job right out of high school. They'll definitely help you, and just don't, make sure all your questions get answered before you leave here and for your next step. Because your next step is still going to be in high school, and then your next step after that would be getting out of high school and going to college. So make sure you're asking the questions, make sure you're doing the things that you need to get done, because it's all about you, not what your friends are doing.
Hi Shaler area, my name is Carly Heller, and I would like to share my post-high school goals and to give some advice to you. Once I graduate from the high school, I plan to go to CCAC, the Allegheny campus, for my general education classes. CCAC is a great first option for those who are unsure of their major, which can benefit students with cheaper tuition and is closer to many students in the Allegheny County with many campuses to choose from. Also, there isn't mandatory dorming and an easy transportation options such as taking the bus or driving your car. Most students go to CCAC for their transfer program, which is what I plan to do. As for scheduling classes in the high school, I recommend taking courses that interest you and that could potentially fit in your career. I want to go for animation, so I chose art classes, English classes, business, and tech classes, since they'll benefit my field the most. Be wise about your future and take your class scheduling seriously, because it could reflect on you and after your high school years.
I'm Phil Amana. I'm a senior at Shaler High School, and in 6 months I will go active duty with the United States Air Force Security Forces. I've known from a long time that I've wanted to be in law enforcement, and let alone be in the military. As of April of last year is when I signed and was now a member of the United States Air Force. But I've known since I was about 10 years old that I wanted to be in law enforcement and police work. You know, some kids go home and they do their homework and they do puzzles or play video games. I was a kid that went home and watched cops all night. And, you know, I told myself, I told my parents, hey, you know, a couple years that's going to be me over there, you know, helping people out. And I really enjoy helping people. So that's why I saw that as a good career path in the military, because they'll pay for my college. I'll get to work in police work earlier at a young age of 18. And it was just a great way to transition into the world of law enforcement. As in high school, like I said, I've known all 4 years of high school what I wanted to do, so it was a little easier on me. But some classes that I would recommend would be First Responders with Miss Jackley. That's a great hands-on class to do with emergency situations, as well as Forensics with Mr. Mason. Some classes that you would want to take if you're looking for a career in some type of emergency management or law enforcement, firefighter, EMT for your career path.
Hi, I'm Cassie Battaglia. I'm a senior here at the high school, and in the fall I will be attending IUP, Indiana University of Pennsylvania, on a full-ride scholarship for their engineering program. My freshman year of high school, I had absolutely no idea what I wanted to do with my life. Just kind of came here, took the classes that I knew I needed to graduate high school, and that was about it. As the years went on, I learned that there are so many good classes here that you can take and electives that can help you pick out what you want to do whenever you're older. One of those classes that helped me was art, because art is very hands-on, obviously, and it doesn't just teach you how to draw and how to paint, but it's a really nice class to take that helps you relax during your day, especially after really hard courses. Some of the courses that I chose were more math and science related, because towards my junior year, I realized that, hey, maybe I can incorporate some of my artistic abilities and my mathematic abilities. So together, I put them together and figured out I want to do architectural engineering. So through the help of my guidance counselors and your parents play a big role in this. Don't forget to always go to them if you need help or if you have questions. And sometimes even your friends can help you. But remember that no matter what your friends are doing, if they're going to college or if they're going to CCAC or if they're not going to college at all, it doesn't matter. It's what you want to do and what you want to do with the rest of your life.
The counseling department would like to put out a few thank yous. Our video would not be possible without Mr. Myers and his technical know-how and patience to put out this wonderful broadcast and presentation. We would also like to thank all staff, teachers, and administration for your collaboration and support of the scheduling process. We would also like to thank the students for your attention to our important video. And of course, we would like to thank the seniors who you just heard from about their choices at Shaler Area High School. If you have any questions or would like to talk about any of your scheduling choices further, please make sure to make an appointment to see your counselor. Thank you very much.